uproar after a Miami high school invited a tiger to prom. An endangered animal was on display in a tiny cage, and some critics are calling it a cruel act. The prom theme, welcome to the jungle.
All right, so here's the question. Which is less of a surprise, that a Florida high school had a jungle animal at its prom, or that a prom that was themed after a Guns N' Roses song had something go horribly awry?
The jury's out. I can't.
It's no good.
It's
either
no good
way.
either way.
Sushi Jackknife. 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 Sushi Jackknife.
So, unclench your butthole, man.
Oh, man.
Stop clenching that.
I'm trying, but boy, it's hard to get. It's just hard to relax sometimes. This is interesting. I had a guy today, a guy that I know, slightly. I've known it. I've seen him off and on.
Can I guess his name?
Sure,
Josh.
Pretty goddamn close.
All right, we're gonna call him Josh.
Josh showed up at my work today and wanted to have a look around. No biggie. That happens a lot where I work. And had a look around. And then Josh and I got into a conversation as he rapidly smoked a cigarette outside. Fascinating guy.
Rapidly?
Rapidly.
I mean...
either one applies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's smoking this cigarette intensely. And we're having this sweeping conversation about what we're doing with our lives and blah, blah, blah. He's a little bit older than me.
How much older?
He's 42. I'm 33.
It's weird that you know his exact age.
He said it. He brought it up.
It's still very weird.
It was today. I remember what happened
it's still weird.
6 hours ago.
You could tell me how old he is right now, like you just did.
Yeah.
In 1 hour, I don't even remember that Josh existed.
Wow. Good for you.
Just gone.
Does your brain have like a defragmentation thing? Remember when you had to do that to your computer every so often?
I had to. I
do
still
that?
have to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good for it.
Defrag.
Yeah. I have a person in my head that when information comes in, jots it down on a piece of paper, and then puts it in two piles. The relevant information pile, or the trash this immediately, you'll never need to know this again pile.
How much is in that pile?
Well, I can tell you Josh is in that pile.
So Josh, we're having this intense conversation what we're doing with our lives. And then he just, you know that muscle by your neck on top of your shoulders?
The trapezius.
Trapezius, thank you. He grabs my left trapezius and squeezes it as hard as he can.
Okay.
Like he's squeezing out a lemon. And he says, "You're strong. You're stronger than you know." And then he also said that I'm really stressed out. He's like, "You're harboring, so you're really tense. You're really tense." And I just thought, like,
does he own a dojo?
No, but he should. He really should.
I feel like he's about, 2 weeks from telling you to sweep the leg.
Welcome to Josh's Dojo, and welcome to Sushi Jackknife.
Bonjour!
Hello, everybody. There is a place right up the road from here called The Dojo.
Yeah.
Have you been by there?
I've driven by it.
Yeah.
And thought how amusing it would be for me if it was a clothing store or something. Had nothing to do with any martial art.
It just sold dojos. Or not, that's not a thing.
No.
The thing that you wear.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called right now.
A shirt.
Yes.
Is that what you're...
No.
A shirt.
What you wear when you do karate. There's a name for it. A gi. Just sold gis.
I don't know what they're called. I just know they look ridiculous, but also comfortable.
They don't look ridiculous.
They look ridiculous.
They look like pajamas.
Yeah, ridiculous pajamas.
Or the appropriate clothing if you're going to fight somebody.
Imagine how tough you have to be as a ninja, something like that, to go fight someone and have them be intimidated by you.
Yeah.
When you're wearing pajamas.
Yeah.
You show up in pajamas, those people should be laughing at you, but they know you're tough enough that they can't laugh at you.
To be fair, in Asia, I don't think they consider those pajamas.
They might.
I don't know what they wear to bed in Asia.
In Asia, they wear blue jeans and flannels.
T-shirts.
To bed, yeah.
And shoes. Mm-hmm. It's the only time they put their shoes on in
That's
the
right.
house, when they go to bed.
Bedtime, lace them up.
You want to make sure your feet are well protected in case there's a fucking tiger.
That happens all the time.
Especially if you go to prom.
In Florida.
In Florida. Oh, Chuckleworthy. How is everybody out there in Radio Land? Not listening. That's what you're like.
I was really wondering if you expected an answer
Yeah.
from the ether. You just expected a voice to go, "We're doing okay. Thanks for asking."
That would have been acceptable. It's too much to ask, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not how the universe works.
Bummer. If there's anything that we explore on this show, we explore how this universe works.
Yeah.
More-
In depth.
Yeah.
I think we've pretty much solved everything.
We got it covered. Mm-hmm. See you guys. Or how this universe doesn't work might be more what we spend our time on.
The way we're figuring out how it works is we're gradually ruling everything out.
Yeah.
Eventually, there's going to be no other options but the one way the universe works.
I like it. Mm-hmm. I like it a lot.
I don't know how long that would take. 5 years? 6 years? I mean, there can't be that many ways the universe could work, right?
500 or so episodes, maybe.
Yeah.
I do listen to a podcast that has over 500 episodes, but they've been doing it since 2006 or something.
What is it about?
Music technology. Why are you looking at me that way?
They have 500 episodes of a music technology podcast?
Yeah, there's a lot of music technology.
Yeah, I know. Is there a lot of interesting music technology?
Well, but you know how it is with the podcast. I'm sure
Today, we're going to talk about guitar cables.
they don't even talk about guitars that much. Mostly it's like keyboards and recording, and they talk about guitars a little. Boy, you look so interested.
I don't want to be rude to them because I know nothing of them.
They're very nice.
Have you met them?
No, but I've spent so much time with them.
You think you know
I
them.
think I know them, yeah.
You know, people thought they knew Bill Cosby.
Oh, boy.
That's all I'm saying.
You know how you do that? Do you do this with podcasts, though? Do you feel like after a while, you feel like you sort of know those people? Mm-hmm. I bet some of our listeners feel that way.
Yeah. They don't.
They don't really know us. They don't
No,
know
not
what
at
we're
all.
really like.
No.
Do I even know what you're really like? Mm-mm. No?
I'm an enigma.
Oh, boy.
I was having this conversation the other day with my wife about a person, a mutual friend of ours, who made a comment that was about how I'm cranky.
Oh.
Which, not that out of the blue.
No.
But
no.
at the same time, I have not spent much time around this person. Like, I've spent some time with this person.
Sure.
But not
Sure.
a great amount of time with this person.
Yeah.
And definitely not enough time, I feel like, to determine the proper cranky level.
Okay.
Like, I don't immediately walk into a room and just go, "Oy vey, look at all of this."
So I could, I mean, do you think I know you well enough to say whether you're cranky or
Yeah.
not? Yeah.
Yeah,
You're sometimes cranky.
I can be cranky.
You're a bit of a,
I'm a human being.
I would
Human
call-
beings can be cranky.
I would call you,
An enigma.
I'm going to put a little crazy music thing just for everybody. This is really a note to self. Every
Yeah.
time he says enigma,
Specifically about myself.
with all that gravitas too,
Yeah.
you're really bringing it with
Well,
the enigma.
I'm
Gotta say.
just letting people know how I view myself.
I was going to say
Accurately.
you're a bit of a misanthrope, which I don't think you would be too upset for me saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah. But you're a witty, interesting misanthrope. I like you.
Oh, it's really nice to know that after however many episodes we've done this.
I do. I do like you. Very much.
Not that much, apparently. for those who don't know, we have another podcast.
We do have another podcast.
It's about Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
Called Nothing But a Bob Thing.
Yes.
Thang.
It's very good. Yes, that's with an A.
It's a very solid podcast, I feel like. We've had 3 episodes.
Yeah, and a 0.
This week, I set up a Twitter account, as one does.
Yeah.
And the first person I followed was Bob Ross. Because I'm not Bob Ross himself, the company. Because, you gots to.
Sure.
You got to follow the people who may be coming after you litigiously
Legally,
at some point.
Uh-huh. We need to be prepared. We need to know they're coming.
Then the second account I followed was the Sushi Jackknife account. And the third account
At Sushi Jackknife.
was your personal account.
Oh, I haven't even looked at that. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy.
And when did you return this follow? This was set up, I believe, Tuesday evening. It is now Thursday evening.
Thursday evening.
Mm-hmm. When did you return the follow to your own podcast? From one podcast that you are on to the other podcast that you are on.
When you told me about it in person?
I mean, I don't think you understand social media. You shouldn't have to be told in person about social media.
I don't think I understand social media either. Hello. Okay, can you help me understand social media?
Yes.
All right. You're not using social media yet, are you? Because you're 4?
No.
He's still on
I'm
MySpace.
not.
Yeah, he's still... Please don't scream into it this time.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, well, I can't trust you now with not screaming into it.
I just love you.
Oh, I just love you too so much. Do you love the listeners of Sushi Jackknife?
No.
That's an honest answer. Good night, 4-year-old.
I appreciate that.
Please, just a little bit.
I can't wait till you're old enough to run my social media accounts. Okay, good night. I'm not going to leave the scream in. I'm going to leave me saying that he screamed in, but I'm not going to leave in the scream.
I say you yank that whole thing, throw it at the end.
That might not be a bad thing at all. I like that idea.
Do you love the listeners? No.
No, that's actually brilliant. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Anyway,
Where were we?
social media, you don't understand.
I don't
how it works.
understand it. No, in fact, a lot of videos pop up. I use YouTube quite extensively.
Do you comment on YouTube?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well that's sort of social media-y. What sort of videos do you watch on YouTube?
Music technology?
Oh my goodness.
And then like stuff about life. Like I found this channel, The School of Life. Have you seen this?
No.
I think you would find it upsetting.
Probably. It sounds upsetting.
Are you looking it up right now?
I am looking it up
By the way,
we speak.
I already looked up to see if there's a real Josh's Dojo. There is not, so we can go as far as we want with that concept.
We can open
We can own Josh's Dojo.
It's about time. I've been trying to branch into the martial arts industry this whole time.
So there was a guy where I grew up, and I don't know how common this is, but this fella decided he wanted to live in the middle of fuck nowhere, which is where I'm from, but wanted to open like multiple karate dojos all around the surrounding fuck nowhere towns. So there were all these tiny ass towns, and we might have we didn't even have a Blockbuster. We had a movie gallery. Have you had a movie? You ever heard of movie gallery?
I have.
When video stores were still a thing. We had that, a gas station, a Dairy Queen, and a dojo. It was a very interesting town.
It sounds like a town that Napoleon Dynamite would have loved.
I think he could have been from my town.
We're so mean to ourselves.
This is the school of life.
So utterly barbarically cruel. If we saw someone treating a stranger the way we tend to treat ourselves, we'd be appalled. We need to learn to be that most rare of things, a proper friend to ourselves,
I agree with this.
to be our own best friend.
Oh.
It doesn't come in
That's sad.
We need to
Yeah.
practice it.
This whole thing is saying, hey, be your own best friend. What, get real friends, guys. Come on. Come on.
There's more. They cover just about everything.
There are a lot. I chose that one because it was only 1 minute and 58 seconds, and I made it 24 seconds into it before I stopped.
And it's one of these YouTube accounts where there's little cartoons that go along with everything.
So do you comment on those videos?
No, not typically. I usually just try to soak those in because I tend to think that for whatever reason, these people know something more about how to live than I do.
Well, I mean, they look like it. They know how to animate.
I don't know how to animate. If I did, by golly, I would be.
I think we can all agree the wisest people in the world all animate.
Walt Disney.
Well,
Did he actually animate anything? Or
he did. He was an
Okay.
animator.
I thought he was. Yeah.
He was also an anti-Semite.
Oh, well, never
that's
mind.
neat. That was neat of him.
I wonder how that went for him.
I bet Roseanne Barr loves him.
The swift hand of justice this week. I mean, do we really need another a reboot of Roseanne anyway?
No. You know, I have had an encounter with Roseanne.
Personally? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah. So back in the day when I was writing on my blog,
Yes.
I wrote a very snarky piece about how great of a president Roseanne Barr would be when she was running for president.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So someone who read my blog tweeted it to Roseanne.
Yes.
And Roseanne started tweeting at me.
Really?
We had a whole back and forth conversation that basically ended with me going, I don't care anymore. I was more polite than that.
Yeah.
She seemed less crazy at the time, but still crazy.
Yeah.
Like she was still on the spectrum of craziness.
Okay.
So when all this happened, I went, yeah, that sounds right.
Did your blog post,
Yeah.
were you being facetious? Mm-hmm. I thought so. You're typically...
Oh, man, it
Yeah.
was very sarcastic.
You're typically pretty
And
sarcastic with
the
your
person
blog.
who tweeted it at her, I'm really amazed that I didn't have someone come after me because I was a good portion of it was dedicated to making fun of how ridiculous the State of the Union would be with her voice.
We're not doing much better these days.
No, I mean,
Yeah, this was way
I
back
didn't
when.
realize I was prophesying about how
We were 2 feet in the Obama era at that point, right? When you wrote that? I'm
this
sure.
would have been around his reelection.
Okay, there we go. 2012.
Yeah.
Ish.
I didn't realize at the time that I was saying something that really now does not seem that crazy.
Right.
We just have a person who's slightly better at hiding groups of people he hates. Slightly.
Ever so.
Like he just makes snide comments about them all the time instead of directly going, they're the worst! Ah!
Do you know, where are we with the North Korea summit?
It wasn't, okay, so it was happening. Then it wasn't happening. Then now it's maybe happening?
Okay.
They met to talk about it happening. And according to our president's Twitter, a thing I shouldn't have to say in life, the meeting went well.
Oh, good.
But I also don't know that I can trust him because he spent the last 2 days telling ABC that they should apologize to him since they made Roseanne get rid of her show. I don't understand how life works.
My favorite thing about the North Korea summit is that they went ahead and minted a bunch of coins and painted them in color.
They're actually very nice.
They're
coins.
very attractive coins. I mean, they contrasted the yellow of his hair with the yellow of his skin very nicely. Not Kim's,
Right.
Trump's yellow skin. I'm not like that.
Oddly enough, if you were to make a comment about the color of a skin on that coin,
It would be.
all of them are going to be about Trump.
Yeah. I'm not a racist, guys. I'm really not.
That's exactly what Trump and Roseanne Barr
Though
would
I was
say.
accidentally rude to a bunch of Asian people today. I didn't mean to be.
You know what you do if you sound racist? Roseanne pulled this out.
Yeah.
This today. You had an Ambien. That's why you said the things. You had an Ambien.
So if you have an Ambien,
yeah,
you can do whatever you want. Well, apparently it doesn't work out that well.
Right. The company that makes Ambien.
Oh, really?
I have to find the exact tweet because she blamed Ambien for her very racist
that's fun.
Twitter rampage, which, for those who don't know, real quick run through. I'm not going to go into details because I don't want to, and she's a terrible garbage person. She compared a African-American woman who was an advisor to Barack Obama to an ape on Twitter.
Okay.
She said that the Muslim Brotherhood plus Planet of the Apes equals this woman.
Oh.
And then proceeded to say other crazy things because crazy things are what she says. So after she lost her show, first she tried to apologize before she lost the show by saying it was a joke that I shouldn't have made. You know, the standard comedian apology.
Oh, yes.
They still took the show. So then she blamed the Ambien. This is what, by the way, never in my life have I rooted for a drug company. Not one time. But Sanofi US, man, I'm going to give them credit. They tweeted at her, "People of all races, religions, and nationalities work at Sanofi every day to improve the lives of people around the world. While all pharmaceutical treatments have side effects, racism is not a known side effect of any Sanofi medication."
They just had to say it. So now in every drug disclaimer, are they going to have to add...
Racism has nothing to do with it.
Prilosec does not give you racism. But it could be fatal.
So, it's the one time I'm ever going to root for a drug company.
Well, I
can't think of another situation where I would, but
good on them.
I didn't see that one coming either.
I said good on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of those things that I heard it happen, and I just looked at it and went, yeah.
I was just confused. So I have the CNN app on my phone.
Yes.
Because they give breaking news updates. And sometimes they're valid. And sometimes the breaking news update is Roseanne is canceled on ABC, which is not, like, I know that it's relevant because of what she did.
Sure.
News.
It's not news. It's not news. No.
And I also, I spent, so after they canceled it, I spent a lot of time watching the news.
Yes.
And they were all talking about when Donald Trump was here in Nashville with us.
He was this week.
About whether he would say something. And I thought to myself, that's stupid. Why would we be discussing whether Donald Trump would say anything about Roseanne? It's irrelevant to his life. It doesn't really matter to us whether he does or not. And then he did. He tweeted about it. Let's see. Sorry, I have to scroll through all of his Rush Limbaugh quotes.
Oh, gross.
Bob Iger of ABC called Valerie Jarrett to let her know that ABC does not tolerate comments like those made by Roseanne Barr. Gee, he never made a call to President Donald J. Trump to apologize for the horrible statements made and said about me on ABC. Maybe I just didn't get the call. So,
yeah. I just can't really get down with that.
So to summarize our current political climate for the week, a racist comedian made racist comments, and our president made that about him.
You've summed it up.
And that is where we are at in life.
The news for today.
If someone had told me all of this was going to happen, I wouldn't have believed I wouldn't have believed that I would have cared what Donald Trump said about Roseanne Barr 4 years ago.
In a zillion years.
And I definitely would not have thought that I would have to worry about whether this will cause some sort of constitutional crisis.
Right. Over free speech. Oh. It's a wild time we live in.
Yeah. Anyway, the coins.
The coins, yeah.
We didn't even finish on the coins.
Beautiful coins.
Yeah.
I ever so slightly wished I had bought one. Mm-hmm. Mostly because I would have looked at it and laughed every so often.
I've got great news for you.
Really?
I saw this online.
Okay.
Even if the summit doesn't happen, they're still for sale.
Oh, great.
And you can still own one.
I would like to own one. I just want to laugh at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You want to display it in a prominent position in your home.
Yes.
That you walk by daily.
Yeah.
And then you can point and laugh at
and
it.
Chuckle and be like, that never happened.
Yeah.
Or that happened and ended badly. Or, oh, that's the only thing that survived the nuclear holocaust.
Or, let's be optimists here. Wow, he did do one thing.
Yeah,
he did a thing.
That would still make me laugh. Yeah, I'd be like,
who would have thought?
All the way to the bank. Or
who would have thought amongst all this?
Oh, that's the wrong YouTube that's being played. We were talking about synth pop upstairs earlier. I was listening to Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. What I meant to play you, just to perk up the mood a little. I don't know if you've ever seen this.
Furbies, I can guarantee a lot of you.
This is the sound of an organ made of Furbies.
Like a musical instrument.
Yeah,
organ.
This is from a few years ago, actually, but I'm sure a lot of people have seen this, but this gentleman constructed an organ.
You also have the ability to stop them in their tracks by pressing the loop and freeze switch.
Made of Furbies. This is some good YouTubing. Here's some of the music he composed with the Furby organ. Oh boy, look at that.
I don't understand.
This guy's channel.
This is one of the people from your podcast.
No, it's not. They did talk about it at one point, though. Now, this is a guy called Look Mum No Computer. And indeed. I just needed that to refresh my brain a little bit.
I don't understand why. Just why.
Yeah. I think it's recycling.
Is it recycling or did he buy the Furbies?
I mean, I think he bought them. I don't think he had like 45 Furbies. If he had 45 Furbies lying around the dojo, I'm not,
I would love to see the look on the cashier at Toys R Us. The look on their face. Toys R Us, rest in peace. When a strange man comes through the checkout with 45 Furbies, do you make conversation? Do you ask, what are you doing with 45 Furbies? And the strange man says, I'm making an organ. Or do you just hope that it's not some sort of child molestation plot?
Oh boy. Follow the Furbies. Oh boy.
Yeah. Like really, this is the most innocent outcome that you can have of a person buying 45 Furbies.
I think this brings us to an interesting question that I wanted I'd like to talk
No, I think
child
child molestation is wrong.
Well, no, that's not.
That's not the question? Okay.
Good disclaimer though. Mm-hmm. We're priming you for politics.
I'm very against it.
How about Nazis?
I mean, both sides. Both sides. No. They're wrong-ish. I don't remember what the correct answer is.
How do you feel about having a bright red background on your political signs?
100% for it.
Okay.
I'm an autumn. Is red an autumn?
I don't actually
I feel
know
like it would be an autumn.
the answer to that.
Nah.
I'm gonna text that. I'm gonna ask Debert real quick.
Is Debert a style expert?
She knows about such things
Okay.
to some extent. Yeah.
I knew there was a reason we kept her around for these situations.
Yeah, she's right over there. Say hi, Debert. Hey.
Yeah.
That's all she's gonna say. And she prefers if I text her.
Yeah. So
Rather
what is your question?
How closely do you observe people's groceries in the checkout line?
Very.
Me too.
Insanely close.
Me too. Do you try to make a little story out of it?
I don't make a story, but I will say I try not to. I honestly, before I say this, have to say I try not to judge people based on their groceries.
Okay.
But occasionally I get behind a person by themselves at the grocery store
Yeah.
that has a cornucopia
Yes.
of frozen foods.
Yes.
And then like one chocolate cake. Things like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, they live a sad life. That's a sad person. I feel bad for them. I'd give them a hug, but I don't think they'd welcome it.
Also, in that sitchenario,
Yeah.
in that sitchenario, oh, I like that. I'm going to use that. In that sitchenario, you know which thing they're going to eat first.
Yeah.
Everything else is frozen.
Yeah.
It's cake for dinner.
I've also seen a couple times at our local Kroger
Yeah.
a single lady go through before me. And just to make her as much like a person from the comic strip Kathy as possible,
Kathy.
there will be a bottle of wine, ice cream, and some sort of baked good. And that's it.
Yep.
And you want to go, who hurt you? Who hurt you in life?
You know, Nathan, in the wise words of Radiohead, you do it to yourself. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You do. And that's what really hurts.
You know what actually always bums me out when I look in someone's cart? I've seen it a couple times, and it bums me out super hard every time. When someone has a WIC, has WIC vouchers,
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
but then
Food
also,
stamps.
yeah,
Food stamps.
in their cart, they also have zebra cakes, and I saw someone one time with like a 12-pack of Monster Energy drinks.
Oh, boy.
6-pack, 12-pack, whatever they come in. The multi-pack.
Family size.
Yeah, that bummed me out.
Yeah.
That bummed me out more than the
That's a
the
tough-
woman with her wine and her ice cream.
Yeah, that's a tough life.
Yeah,
I mean, wine and ice cream, fine.
yeah.
You know, we all deal with a lot of sorrow.
Are we about to venture into one of your YouTube videos? Is someone going to come animate this?
I would really like that.
Okay, go ahead.
Modern life contains a lot of sorrow. Quite often, we mask it with alcohol, sugary foods, and pornography.
Well, okay,
Some of us.
I didn't assume that she was going to go home and eat the cake and ice cream while watching porn. That was not where my mind went.
This is a comment-free YouTube video.
I assumed.
We are disabling comments now.
I assumed.
Comments are disabled.
I assumed that she was like the cat.
Get off the bridge.
The comic
I sound
strip Kathy.
I sound like Captain Picard.
I don't know what that
Just
means.
a little. Some people do.
Yeah.
Kathy? We're mixing a lot of... Okay, Kathy, Star Trek, and the School of Life can't all go in the same blender.
They can.
Because what comes out of that... I don't really
I'm just
know.
saying Kathy never, in the comic strip, looked at porn.
Probably a Furby organ. That's probably what comes out of that.
Never looked at porn in
I'm
the comic
sure
strip.
Kathy didn't, but this lady probably does.
While eating cake,
Sure.
I don't feel like those two things go together.
Modern life consists of a cornucopia of delights, most of which drag us deeper and deeper into overwhelming loneliness and depression.
I can tell you that between the last 3 minutes of my life and the 20 seconds of that video I watched, I hate this YouTube channel I hate it with the undying passion of 1,000 suns.
You hate being helped, do you? You hate my assistance as a British man?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm going to assume that nothing they would say would help me.
Really? Mm-hmm. What about the bit about the ice cream? No?
I've looked through these video titles.
Give me some titles. Give me some titles. We release weekly, I believe.
Let's see. How our childhoods affect our adult lives.
That's true.
Yeah, I know that happens. I don't need to watch a 7-minute and 59-second video about it.
All right.
How the modern world makes us mentally ill.
That's
probably because we spend a lot of time on YouTube watching videos. What we owe to those who loved us in childhood.
I haven't watched that one. I'm afraid it will make me feel guilty.
Why we go off sex.
You should actually play that one. Play it.
Like right now?
Play it right now. I don't want to make fun of these people.
Burdens which our romantic culture has imposed upon long-term relationships is the idea that love and sexual fulfillment must always, if things are working as they should, fit neatly together. This beautiful and hugely convenient idea raises a passionate hope that over many years, two people will not only like and help one another, manage their domestic finances reasonably well, perhaps raise a family, have enjoyable holidays, understand one another's
Vacations.
problems, schedule cleaning rotas, put up with each other's failings, see each other's parents and friends.
Okay, this is enough of a list.
But they will also be devoted and exciting sexual partners.
Doinking!
By the way, Deepert says that she believes red is an autumn color.
Yeah!
And she's laughing out loud.
All right.
Yeah.
Did she say she's LOLing? Mm-hmm. Do you think she was really...
No. Most
Laughing.
certainly not. I think she probably went, she does this thing lately where she goes, like that. And she like does a fake, she's acting out like what she saw someone else do. Mm-hmm. She does a fake, like put your hair behind your ear kind of thing. That kind of thing.
So she's mocking a stranger?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
I really wish I knew whether she was laughing out loud.
I'll ask her. You want me to ask her if you're really...
Call her.
You want me to call her?
Yeah, call her.
That's a little weird. It's
okay,
late.
don't call her.
It's late.
I mean, it's late. It's 8:45.
It's late enough.
I just don't want to think that she's a liar. That's all I want in life.
She's one of the most honest people I know.
Really? Because she just presented that she was laughing out loud when she answered whether red was a fall color, whether it was an autumn.
I think she's wondering if you're doing, some shopping for yourself and,
Well, I mean, that would possibly lead her to laugh out loud.
Yeah.
But I don't think the question itself is hilarious.
How do we know if you're an autumn or not? I don't know how this works.
I don't know how it works either.
A spring, an autumn, a summer, a winter.
I'm all seasons.
Can't we just be all seasons?
No.
Are men all seasons?
No.
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 It's not how that works?
No, I'm sure that is not the case. I would tell you more, but again, I don't know how it works.
She says, to be honest, I chuckled.
So it was like a half-truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell her I'm disappointed that she didn't tell us the full truth when she texted.
He's satisfied.
No, that isn't what I said at all.
Thank you. I'm a liar.
What? I'm disappointed that she told me a half-truth or a half-lie, depending on how you look at things.
Glass half full of lies. I'm interested in that.
Sure.
My little old brain's real tired, Nathan. It's not functioning too well.
Did you just call your own brain little?
It's tired. It's real tired. It says, please take me to bed. Please let me have more YouTube.
See, that's a problem.
I know.
That's how it makes you mentally ill.
Do you know I
don't even need to watch their video.
I took a week off YouTube because I realized I was obsessing about it.
How much time do you spend on YouTube? Before you answer this, I will say I watch YouTube. Like at work, I'll turn it on while I'm doing things or whatever.
Yeah.
But if I had to go without YouTube, I would forget YouTube was there.
And I wish that was the case for me. No, what I figured out I could do on my phone, and I don't know if it's just my phone or what, but I can play it and then I can click it closed and then I can just listen to the video. So I don't actually have to sit there and watch it.
Oh, see, I can't do that.
So
I have to have a YouTube Red to do that.
Well, maybe I do. What is a YouTube Red?
Are you paying money for YouTube?
I don't think I am. Oh boy, did I?
If you're paying money for YouTube, you have YouTube Red.
I wonder if I accidentally paid for YouTube Red.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how it works on.
Do you know how much money it is?
It's like $1,000 a month.
Oh my god,
something like that.
So affordable.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's between $1 and $1,000 a month.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's. I wonder if I get like power user capability or something.
I don't know. I don't know how it works
because of that. How does this work?
I don't have an Apple device.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe it works differently on Apple.
Oh my god, I'm on YouTube Red.
You may be paying money for YouTube.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, they also have a free trial. You might have a free trial
of YouTube Red.
Yeah. How long have you been doing this?
Like a year, probably.
Yeah, you've probably been paying for YouTube.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, maybe you got it for free somehow.
Oh no. I see how I have it. I know how I have it.
Okay.
Don't listen to this, Google. It's my brother-in-law's Google account. So it's like a family sharing situation.
Yeah.
So how much would I be paying for this if I was
$12.99 a month?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Is that just ad-free YouTube? Is that all that is?
No, you can also, like I said, on my phone, the only way for me to continue listening once I close out.
I don't have to actually watch the video. You can just listen to the video.
I think you can also watch things offline.
Oh yeah, I do have that ability. If I want to. I've never done it.
I don't know why you would.
Planning
I've never been watching a YouTube video and thought, I really wish I could take this on the move with me.
Take it out to the desert. Well, as it turns out, I'm going to be at the dojo all day and they ain't got Wi-Fi. And the dojo was in a bunker. Bunker dojo. I'm really grasping for straws tonight. I apologize.
I'm looking to see if there's any reason YouTube Red would be worth it.
Can you tell? I'm grasping for straws?
You're always grasping for straws.
Oh boy.
You're just a straw grasper.
Sometimes I get one though.
You get a straw?
Yeah.
What frequency, when one is grasping for straws, would you say you end up with a straw?
I wonder where this phrase came from. Me?
Yeah.
Like, I'm grasping constantly. So I'd say I probably try to grasp about 4,000 a day.
Okay.
And I end up grasping like 1,000.
I mean, that's 25%.
Yeah,
that's not
it's
bad.
not bad, right?
That's not too bad.
I'm pretty good at it. I'm pretty good at grasping for straws.
I don't know if I grasp for straws as much as I just barrel through the straws and just take whatever is in my way.
That sounds like
It's
a
my
good
straw
strategy.
now.
Oh, own it. Own that straw.
I have so many straws, you wouldn't believe.
Own it like Josh owned my shoulder this morning.
When I go to a fast food joint and they say, "Do you need a straw?" I go, "No, I'm good, thanks.
I've been
I have
grasping them.
millions of them."
I want you to say that next time you're at McDonald's.
And then follow that up with, "Just kidding. I really do need a straw.
Please.
Otherwise, I will spill this drink." It's very important. We, speaking of straws, my child is in this phase where he wants to drink when we go out to eat through a straw all the time.
Oh, yeah. They get fascinated with that, don't they?
Yeah. Like, he's been doing this for like 6 months. But he's become very insistent on it.
I know what you mean.
But he also does not understand the physics of the straw.
Sure.
So we have this thing going on now when we go out to any restaurant where we will get him a cup with a straw. And like, I might be nice. I might give him a lemonade. Sometimes it's just water. Most of the time it's just water.
Sure.
But I might give him a lemonade.
You might.
One time I gave him a Sprite.
Ooh.
He didn't like that.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't like Sprite.
Good for him. Problem solved.
He wants to drink out the straw, but he still tips the cup every single time.
Yes. Yes.
So, if we aren't looking, the straw he grasps for will be attached to a cup that is pouring directly on him
Oh,
because those lids they put on them do nothing.
total shit, those lids.
Nothing.
Total shit. Yeah.
Whoever designed those lids either was an idiot or was lazy. Those are the only two options for those lids.
Could have been Goebbels.
Yeah.
He's just a crazy asshole.
It's the designer sat there. They tested the lid. They tipped it over. Everything came out of that cup. And he went, nah, looks good to me. Covers the cup. And that's it. And that is the lid that every fast food restaurant in America has.
Do you think that guy was like, I just made it to keep out the flies. It's not to hold in the drink at all. You've completely misunderstood my concept. Life, modern life, is full of pitfalls.
Is this British or Australian?
It's a bit of both.
Okay.
Because I don't do accents well.
I was wondering what country the lid inventor comes from.
So for you, I don't know, actually.
I would assume it's an American because I feel like every other country is probably responsible enough to have a drink without a lid.
Yeah. And we came up with McDonald's, so,
Yeah.
you know.
They all can have an open cup and not just spill the whole thing on themselves.
See Oktoberfest.
But us,
Yeah.
here in America, we're like, I want a drink. Oh, no.
It's all down my brisket.
And that's the story of everybody.
Good golly damn.
If you go to any fast food restaurant and take all the lids, that's what happens.
Good golly damn, it's all down my pants as well. Ethel, Gladys, he's got 2 wives. Get in here.
I don't know if this is a very progressive, forward-thinking man or a Mormon. I mean, it could be one of the two.
They're all in it together, so.
Like, I don't know.
Progressive.
Okay.
I had to think about it for a second.
So it's like a polyamory type of situation.
Sure.
Like
Committed.
a progressive polyamory type of situation,
Yeah.
not a regressive fundamentalist Mormon that most Mormons reject type of situation. Yeah.
I don't know if polyamory is really that progressive, actually.
There are people who think it's very progressive. I watched a whole documentary the
Did
other
you?
night on monogamy.
Oh.
Because I don't know if you heard, it's not natural.
Oh, come on.
Well, it's not.
It's not for men.
No, I mean, in general, for human beings, it's not.
Really?
For animals, it's not.
For some animals stay together for life.
They stay together for life, but they're not monogamous.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I mean, most animals mate with as many people as possible to
people? Animals mate with people?
To ensure success.
Where are these animals and how do I stay away from them?
They want to ensure
further
the
the
success.
species. Yeah. We're not having a problem furthering the species.
No,
however.
we're good.
We're good with that.
So what it was pointing out was that monogamy is a choice
Oh,
that humans have made.
sure. Well, yeah.
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 But it's not natural. It's just a choice we made.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Some time ago, though.
So maybe the progressive people, they have made a different choice.
Here's the thing. I can barely handle myself. Mm-hmm. And she's lovely. I love her. But, yourself and one other person, that's enough. to worry about, don't you think?
Well, but counterpoint.
Counterpoint.
Now, before I make these counterpoints,
You've got
I
that
just-
look in your eye.
I just want it to be on the record that I am not in a polyamorous relationship.
You certainly aren't. I would not tolerate that.
Nor have I ever really considered a polyamorous relationship in life.
Neither have I.
However,
Yes.
you say it's a lot to handle one person.
Yeah.
Like the back and forth. But that workload is split in a polyamorous relationship.
It's split? How is it split?
There are two people to handle a person's emotional and physical needs.
Oh.
Now, I mean, you also have another half of a person to take care of.
Yeah.
So it's still equal to one person. But, you know, you got teamwork. It's like a zone defense. It's relationship zone defense. You just jump in where you're needed.
That I'm good at.
Jumping in where you're needed.
I can absolutely do that.
You are not good at zone defense. I don't know about in relationships. I just mean in life. Like if you had to play defense, you would.
Oh, no. I'd be terrible at that. Yeah. Absolutely terrible.
But yeah, relationship zone defense.
It's tempting. But I just feel like this is how I really feel.
Okay.
And more power to people. Do
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah.
As long as you're not hurting anybody, I don't give a shit. I'm not a libertarian.
No, I mean, that sounds pretty libertarian.
But like,
There's a fine line between libertarian and progressive liberal.
that's true. In love, though.
Yeah.
In love.
Yeah.
As long as you're not hurting anybody, I don't care. Do what you want, and I'll do what I want.
Yeah.
We'll all watch The School of Life, or maybe not.
No, we're not going to do that.
But, like, the thing is, I just feel like over time, stay with me here.
I'm with you.
Over time, there's a falling out somewhere. I don't think this relationship with more than two people lasts indefinitely.
It could.
It could, but I just don't see it happening, you know?
Well, that's because you're stuck in your
I probably am.
very monogamous, unnatural ways.
But I imagine most other people are too, don't you?
I mean,
Don't you think most other people, you would kind of revert back to
yes,
the
but that's
societal
because it's
thing?
a societal norm.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I mean, and this was pointing out in the documentary, monogamy really started back in like medieval times as a way to gain land and other things for your kingdom.
Yeah,
It was a
Sure.
peace treaty.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And what do you mean, among the people?
Yeah.
Like, or among
Like,
the royalty?
Yeah, amongst the royalty.
Huh. But what were the people doing? The people were just doing whatever?
I don't know what the people were doing.
Oh, come on. What about jealousy? Come on. What about jealousy?
What about jealousy?
What about jealousy?
What about jealousy?
That's a big issue.
But was it a big issue back then when we were not marrying for love, but for business transactions?
But what about just well, that's okay. That's valid. But I gotta believe that the common people were marrying for love because they had
no,
nothing.
that didn't exist.
They had nothing to gain.
That didn't exist.
That didn't exist.
They did too have things to gain. There were dowries.
Yeah, but how much dowry does a poor person have?
A goat.
That's
Things like that.
they might not have a goat. They might not have anything.
Then they don't get a good spouse. It was free market marriage.
That's weird.
It happened.
I know it happened, but it's weird.
You used to sit down with the father
Oh, that's true.
and say, I'd like to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. And he would say, what you gonna give me? And you'd go, I have this chicken and these beads. And he'd go,
Pick one.
all right.
I'll take the beads.
That was how things happened.
I suppose.
Until like the 1700s. I believe it was around then. Marriage for love, not a thing.
But isn't that the same 1700s? Isn't that the same time we like got into science and stuff? Like we started to. That's the age of enlightenment.
Yes, but it's also the same time that the church started like getting real weird. Instead of like one Catholic church telling everyone what to do, there was like 80 different churches.
Sure.
And so it allowed for enlightenment, but still had the idea of monogamous relationships from religion.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Of course, we're just focusing on Europe as well, if you're talking about this era.
Well, I mean,
We don't know what the fuck was happening in other parts of the world.
the United States, like what turned into America.
Yeah.
There were people here.
Yeah, sure.
They were doing the same thing.
Native Americans were doing the same thing?
No, not Native Americans,
colonists?
the colonists.
Well, I'm just saying, like, what about...
Native Americans, I don't know what they were doing because I have not studied their society.
I think with certain tribes, I'm not obviously...
I doubt they were marrying for love.
I'm not an expert. I do know that you could divorce by just like moving out of the I don't want to say teepee because I don't want to sound ignorant, but
Well,
I believe
think that's
the particular
I think
tribe.
that's actually accurate.
Yeah, I believe the particular tribe I'm talking about lived in teepees.
Yeah.
So if you move all the guy's shit out of the teepee,
Yeah.
effectively you're divorced and you can remarry.
Imagine how much easier that would be nowadays. No contentious divorces. Just like move their stuff.
What do you think though? I mean, you're a married guy. I'm a married guy.
Yeah, I did that.
You got married?
Yeah.
Monogamy.
Yeah.
Monogamy has its benefits. In the sense of, well, I mean, I always think about when I'm old. Mm-hmm. When I'm old, no one's going to want to, boink me.
Right. But
So-
if you're in a long-term committed relationship that is polyamorous,
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically, it would be the same thing.
I don't know, though.
Why would it not be?
I just don't know if it has the same...
I think you're getting too hung up on the doinking portion of the relationship here, because that's not all that would be involved in
I suppose.
a non-monogamous relationship, an actual relationship,
An actual relationship.
not just an ongoing threesome that people are having.
That's...
here.
I'm having trouble getting past that
Yeah.
part, if I'm being honest.
Some people can have a relationship with multiple people.
I guess. Mm-hmm. I guess.
Yeah.
I guess
I mean, it goes back to the idea, really, in my mind,
Yeah.
do you believe in the, one true love type of situation?
I mean, I believe in... Yes, I actually...
That's nonsense.
Well... I love lots of people. Uh-huh. I don't want to love and live with
But,
lots of people.
okay, but,
You know?
in this scenario,
Yeah.
okay, so you are saying you believe in the one true love
I think
type of situation.
I think sex and love are two very different things.
Okay, but that's irrelevant
Okay.
in what I'm asking here.
Okay. All right.
Because in a polyamorous relationship, there would be love amongst. It's a relationship in this situation.
It's a three-way love fest.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not just doinking. It's an actual emotional relationship.
That I can't
Okay.
even fathom, to be honest.
So you are saying one true love exists.
Yeah.
Let's say back when you were a child,
Yeah.
you had moved.
Yeah.
Okay. So your entire course of life has changed.
Yeah.
And you do not meet the person you are currently married to.
Okay.
Do you then just wander the earth alone for the rest of your days,
No.
or do you marry someone else?
No. I see your point.
Yeah.
No. Maybe one true love at a time, though, is what I'm saying.
But that's a choice.
And I'm not saying for everybody.
That's a choice. You've made the choice.
Sure, I made the choice.
Yeah.
And I don't care. I don't care what people do.
Yeah.
I just question whether this the
I've made the choice too because
Yeah.
I feel like it would be a complicated situation. But
That's what I'm getting at, yeah.
I see how it could be a thing.
I don't see how it can be. I just don't. And maybe I'm being a little myopic here. Maybe I'm just,
You are definitely being myopic.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'm just saying. I could see how it could be a thing for a small portion of people.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a large portion. It's not.
But I guess I'm thinking this documentary you're watching is
Yeah.
on some level advocating.
No, it's not advocating.
Okay.
It's
not
just saying that monogamy is not a natural thing.
Oh, well, that's fine.
It's not.
I agree with that.
100%.
No.
There's nothing wrong with it.
If that was true, then by golly, people wouldn't be going around cheating all the goddamn time. Because they are.
It was just pointing out that naturally amongst animals,
Yes.
including human beings,
Yes.
who are, as much as we would like to deny it, animals.
We're animals.
It's not
Okay.
the natural thing. Now,
yeah.
we've made the conscious decision, whether it's because of morality or whatever reason we want to pick,
Practicality, whatever, yeah.
that we want monogamy to be the norm.
Yeah.
But, it could be either way.
What would we do with couples game night, you know? There'd always be an odd person out.
Well, you'd have to find
Another polyamorous couple.
another polyamorous threesome to come over.
You know what? That could like spiral.
Mm-hmm.
Like imagine the like fractals you could get.
Yeah.
Because what if there was love between
Yeah.
Jesus H?
And then all of a sudden, it's like medieval times again.
Oh boy.
You got two groups joining up. All of a sudden, each of you have a house. You just join them together into one giant house.
And then you toss your poop out the window.
Out the window.
Out the window.
Which I do all the time anyway.
Sushi Jackknife.
Hey, before we go away, go listen to our other podcast.
Yeah. Nothing but a Bob thing.
Theoretically, there's
fun.
probably a link on our Twitter page that will lead you there.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
And make sure to follow us on Twitter.
Please do. And give us a review in the old iTunes if you
Or
enjoy
anything
this.
else.
Yeah. That would be great. Or anything else. Yeah. Or
It's
anything-
2018. People don't use iTunes anymore.
Jesus, I'm behind the times.
I know, right?
Well, I look forward to talking to all of you again soon.
Yeah, Sushi Jackknife.
Yeah, Sushi Jackknife. I'm going to go hit the dojo. Do you love the listeners of Sushi Jackknife?
No.
That's an honest answer.